Good morning, and you're very welcome to this live this morning, which is all about storage and home organisation. Now, we've tackled a little bit of decluttering a couple of months ago with Angie. We tackled the wardrobe detox, and we chatted a lot about how once you have tackled a little bit of home organisation, it's the key to maintaining that super organisation is to have the right kind of systems, the right kind of kit that you put into all your cupboards and stuff to keep you organised and make sure that everything stays exactly how you want it to stay. So I'm delighted this morning that DOnovan of the Organised store is going to be joining me. They have some amazing products, and she's going to be, showing us tips for every single room in the house. So there'll be something for everybody, I'm sure. And just to say that we also have a really comprehensive storage guide. So it's our free ebook that you can download from our site. It covers everything from kids storage to your kitchen to the utility room. So it's available to download if you go to the resources section on our website. But I'll also put a link in our bio after this so you can go ahead and download that. Now, I often get asked what's the most important thing that you can do in a home to get it to work really, really well. And I would have to say that storage is up there with one of those things. I mean, even a tiny little space can be super optimized, can work really, really well if you have the right kind of storage. But creating storage space is really only half the battle, and it's about maintaining that order over the weeks following your massive clear out. That's the challenge. And I suppose, for me, we would always say that it should be as easy to find something as it is to put it away. So what you don't want are those cupboards where everything just gets thrown in. I'm sure everybody can relate to that. And then when you go to look for something, you just can't find it. So that's where Olive is going to step in this morning now and share with us some of the wonderful kit that she has. Everything from getting organised in the laundry space, which I know is one of the biggest challenges for many of our clients. In fact, the utility room is probably the one room that many of our clients get really excited about, and it's because it's such a busy space in a home, so it has to function really well. So being able to put your hands on everything when you need it, but being able to put everything away is really, really important. And it's the same for the kitchen as well. I know that a lot of people would say that a massive cupboard clear out, they probably do that once or twice a year, but the amount of stuff then that goes in the bin because it just hasn't been easy to see, it hasn't been easy to find, so that can be a real challenge for people as well. So I'm going to invite Olive now to join. So let me just see. Okay, so just waiting there. So Olive, I've sent you a little, that's you. There you go.
Hey,
Good morning.
hi Denise.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Very good, very good. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, my pleasure. My favorite topic, actually. So my
Well,
pleasure.
one of mine as well, Olive, as you well know. Definitely. And I'm sure so many people, we got so many comments about this, and it's one that people have been asking for over the weeks. So lots of people very interested in this morning.
Great.
So what I was saying, Olive, you have some fabulous products in your store. There's something for absolutely every area of the home. So what I thought would be really good is if we could sort of take a quick trip around the home and chat about the different things that are available that could help people if we tackled it room by room. So if we want to start with the kitchen, for example, I was saying there that everybody, can relate to clearing out cupboards and finding all these products that you totally forgotten about, or you've got 3 or 4 of the same thing. So how would you, what kind of products do you have that would help people with those kind of issues?
Well, yes, indeed. I mean, the kitchen has to be the busiest area of any home, hasn't it? Not only, and that must have been the case certainly over the last few months with the lockdown, where people were confined to working from home, homeschooling. So storage consideration in a kitchen is, I would say, absolutely vital. And to start with, I'm going to talk about one of the most underestimated spaces in a kitchen, but yet the busiest traffic zone in the kitchen has to be the fridge, hasn't it? It's the first area you go to in the morning to take out your breakfast, fruits or cereals. your yogurts, you have it for your lunch, your dinner, your evening tea, several times in the middle of the day, and it stores so much. It stores our fruits, our vegetables, our meats, our bottle of wine even, and yet we don't consider how to store it. And I know an awful lot of our customers get frustrated because they go to the fridge, and sometimes it could be a small fridge, it could be a big fridge, but yet they can't find things, and thereby could result in wastage, where that rotten tomato at the back of the milk jug is hidden. So by getting very simple, clear, we like to see clear see-through containers, just simply pop them into the fridge. Now all of a sudden you've got a space for whether it's the fruits, whether it's the vegetables. We've got fantastic range from iDesign in America, and they've brought out this really, really new range that you can stack on top of each other. So not only are you giving your items, oh, look at that, doesn't that look fantastic? Doesn't that even inspire you to eat healthier looking at something like that? And it's so simple. And here we have them stacked. So not only are we can see everything clearly, but we're maximizing the space in the fridge. We're making it work a little bit harder for us. And also in the current environment where cleanliness is so important, it's now really easy to keep clean, because you just take these items up, empty them out, whop them under the sink, pop them back in, and you have a very well organized fridge that you can see everything. So I think the fridge is probably one of the first areas that we should give consideration to. The next area, and I suppose that principle really applies right across the whole kitchen, doesn't it? That as long as you can find everything, we have a great saying, a place for everything and everything in its place. And as long as when you go to your cupboards, you can find things. And I know you're working with a lot of, your clients designing these fabulous kitchens. You had a great show on the kitchen there a few weeks ago. I loved watching it, and I got a lot of great ideas for myself. And you've got these great new pantries going in, which are gorgeous, and lovely deep pull-out drawers. But the reality is an awful lot of our customers don't have that. They have, their old traditional kitchen, or they're in rented homes, and they can't do a lot with it. So in spaces like that, where you've got, that press down there, and you at the very bottom of it, you can find something. Again, it's very simple. Either similar clear storage containers, you pop into them, you can stack them. We have a great system, Alpha Shelving, where you can pop a drawer in, literally pop a basket system on rails into a press. You can pull out, you can see everything. I think having, in the upper presses, you can have with great, tiered, for spice racks, that you can see everything. And it's exactly what you said. As long as you can see everything, it means that you're not having wastage, you're not having things going spoiled. And like what you said, these things like the fridge, like the press, it's not something that you do, once a year. Really, if you're a busy kitchen, you're going to have to do that regularly. And with simple, storage bins, fridge bins, containers like that, it makes it a lot easier to do it. And it's not expensive. It's very, very simple to do.
Sure. And I mean, you can do it as you need. Like I remember before we did the job in the house, I had a really tiny little kitchen. So we had sort of a walk-through space to get to our garage. And I literally just lined the walls with really inexpensive shelving, and then invested in lots of storage containers. But I did that over a period of time. So it wasn't sort of like a massive outlay. But the difference was incredible, because it meant that everything was visible. So I could put my hands in it really easy. But I wasn't forgetting about stuff that I'd bought, and I think that's a critical thing. Like there's so much money wasted by just not being able to put our hands on
to
things.
see or to find things, and the frustration. Actually, that image is a great image there. That's actually showing it's similar to, well, it is actually the Alpha Shelving system that we have in the store. But even those lovely pop containers, you can see them from OXO. They were designed by a really great guy in the States whose wife had arthritis and she couldn't open containers. So he designed this container where you literally click the top of it and you can open it very, very easily. And it kind of evolved now into the stacking system that you see here. So again, you're using your vertical height, you're able to stack your various rices, your porridge, etc. And it's not expensive, but look how easy it is to see. Also, it's a lot, it's inspiring to look at a pantry like that, because it makes you want to eat healthier as well. So not terribly difficult. In pantries, we generally recommend, and you probably the same, having the shelves not so deep. So you're not stacking things behind each other. Have them maybe 20, 30 centimeters deep is perfect in a pantry area. But not difficult to achieve for anybody. You don't need to have the designer kitchen. It's just getting the right solutions to utilize your space with. And we generally recommend people, when they're doing that, to have their measurements, come in, try one or two, go home, and then they know what works, and they can come back and add to it over a period of time.
Fantastic. And you actually, Olive, in your store, so if people did have a space like that, you can help them with the kind of optimizing that space, can't you, with the layout and stuff like that. So if people brought in, like you're saying, the measurements of the space, you could help them
choose the right system for them.
Absolutely. All of my staff, they are fantastic. And I think if customers are watching this that have been to us that say that, we walk around, we don't say, left of aisle here. We walk around the store with the customer, we bring the measurements tape, we ask them, if you want a box, what's going in the box, where are you storing it? And then we'll give them advice. We also have a fantastic design service. We have a wonderful girl, Nina. It's a full-time job doing designs where people can email us in. They just need to maybe take a photograph of the space or on a piece of paper, sketch out the measurements, email it into us, tell us what their frustrations are, and we'll come back with the design for them and products that will tick the box in relation to creating storage solutions for them. And we do that right across Ireland. We've got customers all over Ireland we're doing that every day with.
Brilliant, really wonderful, fantastic. And I think just what you were saying there earlier, that like this image is a great image in that anybody could achieve this with just a blank wall. So I know, we often do surveys with our customers, and I think something like 80% of people were looking for pantries last year. But it doesn't have to be that fabulous larder press. It could be something as simple as just a little bit of shelving, but absolutely transformative. And the great thing as well is it frees up so much space, cupboard space elsewhere. So, for people who are tight on space, this is a great solution. Fantastic.
It is.
Okay.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And then, great, Olive, maybe we'll jump on to the utility room if we could. And I was saying in the intro that this honestly is often one of the rooms that our clients get most excited about, because most of them are coming from teeny tiny little spaces where they just didn't work. So to get this space and get it working right is just fantastic. And I know you've fabulous products to help optimize this space as well.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, your customers and ours too. It's the one, and I think through lockdown, definitely laundry was the biggest here. We have a great website and we ship nationwide. The laundry products were going out every week. So you could see that people were either loving or hating their homes again, but laundry was a big issue for people being at home because I suppose the kids were at home, they weren't wearing the uniform, we were changing much of, and we were all running, cycling, changing our sweat clothes every day. So certainly people were beginning to tackle that problem. And yes, we have, and there's a great image again, our Alpha shelving system. And a laundry is different for everybody. Some of our customers like yours, it could be just a washing come dryer machine, 60 centimetre wide, that's it. We've worked in spaces just as big as the laundry room, which is the mud room. It could be that it's the way out to the garden and you've got the Wellingtons and the football gear and the sports gear, etc. So what we try to say to people is, if we can make the laundry room, so it's where the laundry stays. It's not going on the clothes horse out in the kitchen or in the sitting room. It's you're taking your clothes out of the washing machine, up onto the air, and you're using that vertical space. And there's many simple solutions you can do, such as the one you see there. That's by Arthfrager, a fantastic Austrian company. It specializes in these pull-out areas. You simply attach that to the wall. It could be above your air dryer. It could be somewhere else in the room. And out of the washing machine, straight up, it pulls out, and you can actually recess it back in again if you want a little bit of walkway flow.
Brilliant.
And it's a really, really simple system. When you finish with it, you push it back in again. The same with the previous photograph of the Alpha shelving system. But again, it's about looking at really the space in the room of what you need to store in that space. It could be just laundry. It could be laundry and shoes. It could be laundry, shoes and sports gear. It could be brooms and brushes. And there are lots of very clever, simple, inexpensive solutions, such as that one there. Let's get the ironing board. Let's use the wall space up onto an ironing board holder. That again by Brabantio, a great company, really high quality product, and you can take the weight of a really good ironing board. You've got your iron stored and your ironing board stored in one place, and that can neatly interpress or neatly behind the door or someplace really simple. So it's about looking at the space, seeing what's in it, and seeing how we can use the vertical wall space to get everything up and away and give everything its own place. So
it's
laundry.
It's huge. It's huge. And I invested in one of these years and years ago, and it is the Brabantio one, and it's just such a fabulous product, and it's come with me through around everywhere that we've been, because it is so good. And like you say,
so
getting
simple.
getting stuff up off the floor is critical. It just frees up so much space and makes it much easier to put things away, to find things, which is key. So no, fantastic, absolutely brilliant.
And I'd say to people, they don't have to have the massive, you don't have to have the massive big laundry room to achieve that. That again, we have, oh my goodness, we've put the system into so many houses around Ireland. And again, you're just taking your washing out of the washing machine, up into the dryer. I don't know why I'm doing that action. I think it's because I do it every day at home, but up onto the air. And it never ends, does it? It's just a constant flow. These,
Yes,
these
yeah,
closet rails there are great because I use that to hang, the hoodies, but you don't want to be hanging them over in air, the
yeah,
shirts, the delicates, and you get a lot in that small 120 centimeter space. You get a lot of storage. Look at that. You get all your upper shelves for storing your laundry detergents. It could be for storing the dog food or all the other things that you find in a laundry room. And again, a lot of our customers, they'd already have, the counter. They walked into their show house. They already have the counter in space. It's about looking above that and seeing, can you make this
yeah.
wall work a little bit harder for you? And a really, really simple, inexpensive system and really easy to install. And it comes with a 10-year guarantee. It's a super, super strong system. So there's no issue with weight on it at all.
No, it's wonderful. And I just love the fact that all of those shelves are adjustable. So, as your needs
Yeah.
change, you can totally customize and change that system to suit as well,
Yeah,
or
that's
add or
why our
subtract.
customers.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's
it's
why
really,
customers
really,
love it. I think you'll know
that's
yourself
great.
when people are designing houses, there's so many permanent decisions they have to make. There's the decision about the kitchen, the decision about the bathroom. These are permanent things. And once they're in, you can't change it. What people love this shelving system, you can start with it, you can chop it, you can change it, you can adjust the shelving, particularly in walk-in dressing rooms, which we'll talk about later on. People get so frustrated, do I have to get the decision right? You don't, because you just start, you can move. We have customers that come back, 6 months later and get another shoe rack or get another shelf for this system and pop it into it, get another area to hang on to it, then add on to another part of the wall. Once you get familiar with it, it's a really, really clever system. And the fact that you can adjust it so it really is customized to your own personal needs, because every home is different and everybody's storage needs and requirements are different.
Definitely. No, it's fabulous. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant. And then another area is the bathroom, where you can never have enough storage. But then again, a lot
Yeah.
of people say who are renting, storage really is an issue in bathrooms often cases. So what kind of products? I know you sent me some great photos, which I'll try and share now, Olive. But
Okay.
um,
Again, yeah, the bathroom, particularly for people who are renting, because you can't attach to walls, they really are limited. The shower is always an area, isn't it? I mean, if you were designing your shower now, you'd advise people, if you can build in an inbuilt shelf into the stud wall of a shower, which automatically gives you shelving. But most of our showers don't have that, and yet we've got shampoos, conditioners, your washing liquids, etc. So here's a very simple over-the-door rack, fabulous system. It's resistant to rust in a moisture area. We have several systems like this, again, from Into Design, iDesign company in the States, a really good company. They're always coming up with clever solutions. Pop it over the door of the shower. We also have hooks that go over the top head of a shower as well. And we also have ones that suction to the wall. So lots of really clever. This is Umbra, another really good European company. Again, not expensive, resilient to moisture, simple. And look at how much storage you get from that, and not a huge expense. So for people who are getting frustrated, you don't need to. There are simple solutions out there, and we do them certainly, that can give you the storage space. Even in a bathroom, looking at behind the door, over the door hooks, that can join to it. Well, that could be in the bathroom,
no, there we
but
go.
that's
It
again
could
this one.
actually.
This one here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I love this. This is an over the door system. Comes with over the door and onto the door hook. Sometimes that hook doesn't work because it depends on the door. Or you can simply screw it to the door, or you can screw it anywhere. We've used
Okay.
this in wardrobes, you use this in utility room, you can get a lot of extra space in a
Yeah,
utility
it's
room. It's such a narrow
fantastic.
little thing. But look at the amount of storage you get in that, and
Yeah.
immediately you've ticked a box, you've used an underutilized space to give you storage solution. And look at, if it's done rightly, it can even look really, really attractive. And again, this is part of the Alpha shelving system. You just literally pop those baskets up, you decide where you want to pop them onto it, you can add them. There's a small, medium and a large. And again, they're not terribly expensive, but look at how much storage you can achieve.
It's brilliant. But that could
Yeah,
literally be used anywhere from, whether it's
yeah.
your laundry room or a
Pantry.
kitchen. Yeah, it could be
Yeah,
pantry.
for
Exactly. So
spices.
no,
Yeah,
really,
yeah. We've
really
put it
great.
into even
Really great.
kids' rooms for craft. A kids' room or
Yeah,
confined space.
fantastic.
It can come with a notice board as well, so you can get all if they have a jewellery or their costume jewellery. We put it into wardrobes, and we've used it a lot in utility rooms. We've used it a lot behind doors. So again, it's a really clever solution. You can use it anywhere to give you that little bit of extra space in just a tiny amount of space. But look at how much additional storage you get.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And I think that's what I love about the Alpha system is they're so transferable between spaces. So, you can literally move them, repurpose them, whatever, and add and subtract as you need. So it's fantastic. So many options.
Great.
Really
Yeah. Yeah.
wonderful. Great. And then I suppose the big thing for so many parents this week and coming up next week now is back to school. And trying to get kids organized, trying to organize their spaces, because we've all been through homeschooling and everything else. So we know the pitfalls, we know what lies ahead. So I know you've fabulous stuff for kids. So what kind of things do you guys have that might help with all of that?
Well, actually, I really enjoyed reading your article during the week that you did on, the study room at home, and you ticked a lot of boxes for a lot of people, I think. And the one thing that you said, which resonated with me, is that every child is different, and every space is different, and every child learns differently. And the key thing with children, because from a young age, and to adult, that they have their own space to study in. And, when they're younger, it might be in the kitchen where mom and dad is and they're comfortable. So it's just having an area in that space that they can study. And eventually they might go to their study, or it might be to their bedroom. And in a place like that, again, this is using our shelving system, but it's about maybe, again, making sure that the desk is clear. And if you have a space that you can put, the pens and the biros, the folders, whether it's the music folder or, the artwork or the mats, etc., that they have all of the space to store it in. Okay.
Yes, I think I just lost you there for a second. Yeah.
And you're looking at here with pegboards, and you've got notice boards, pegboards, very, very simple solution to be able to get everything off the desk up onto the wall. Again, we've lots of clever systems like that, but again, every child is different. The big issue actually at the moment that we're seeing in the shop is not so much now the homeschooling, it's going back to school, because the structures in school has changed so much. And now, the kids where they were moved from room to room are now confined to one room. And in most cases, these children are being asked to bring in, special boxes that they have under the desk to store the books in. Yeah. So that's been a big issue with this week. And every school has different requirements. Some want lids on it, some wants them as baskets. So it's first of all finding the right solution for the child to make sure that they have the right container going to school. So we do have that. Making sure, I don't think lockers are a big thing anymore at the schools. We had lots of locker organisation. So it's a big thing between being at home. It's making sure that they have their own space, making sure that folders and everything, that there is space for each of them, like magazine holders. We've lots of that. Notice boards are huge, and it's just a really clever way of keeping on top of things. It might be just the kids putting their notes on it, their reminders, their diary, and what class schedule they have, or what after school entertainment is. It might be even more important for mum and dad, that particular notice board as well. So just simple solutions to help create, keep a space and keep it organized for them.
Yeah. And what I love about these as well are they're ideal homeworking solutions as well. So people looking to create, because we got so many questions about that over lockdown, and
home office,
that is very much continuing now. So great solution for that too. So
we've done a lot of that. And actually on that decision, one thing you did mention in your article during the week is with children, it's getting the desk at the right height. And a system like this, or a system like this system, you can put the desk, the shelf there, the counter, you can start it low. And we've done it in children's playrooms. And why parents love it is as they grow, you simply move the shelf and move it up a little bit. Again, for the home study, for the home working environment, we've done a lot of this over the last few months, just helping people create. And that's not a big space. It's only around 120 centimetres, a little bit more than that, maybe 150 centimetres worth of space. And look at how much storage you've got it. And it's a place you can go to, work, but you can leave afterwards. Some people might design doors to put in front of them. We've put these into spaces where the sliding door is in front of it. You walk into your office space and then you walk out afterwards, and you don't need a huge amount of space to be able to create that working environment, but slide the doors and be able to escape from it as well.
No, it's great. And what I really love as well, because a lot of challenges that we came across were people having to share working from home spaces, so what I love there is you've got those pull out baskets, and everyone could have their own drawer, so everybody's stuff is there, so everyone can find their stuff when they need it, because that's one of the most frustrating things is not having everything to hand when you sit down to try and work or study. So no, really versatile. It's great, really good. And I love the fact you can adjust it. I think I mentioned in my article that my brother, who is very tall and just seemed to keep growing, had to keep propping his desk up on bricks, because we literally could not find a desk that.
Well, that was a good solution.
Well, but this is far better. So no, wonderful. Yeah, really, really good. Really good.
Good.
Fantastic. And then clothes. Olive, so we touched on this.
All right, yeah.
Angie, the fabulous Angie Daly, and myself did a couple of lives about the wardrobe detox and keeping it organized. But you guys have so many solutions.
Look, isn't that lovely?
No,
I mean, we could do a whole feature on on wardrobe alone. I mean, that's just a whole
Yes.
discussion that can happen.
Yeah.
And again, you look, that isn't that so inspiring. So again, a wardrobe, like yourself, we've customers from, or we have customers that are building their houses now, and if they have the space, they are absolutely putting in the walk-in dressing room. And of course, we specialize in that, as you know, with this wonderful Elfa shelving system, and they've put these beautiful new drawer fronts to it now, which are fabulous. And we've got, you can have gliding shoe racks with it. You can gliding drawers. Gliding tie racks. So we tick a box for gliding pants rack, even for everything. But a lot of our customers, again, don't have that space. They're going into the house where they have achieved this, this carcass, and it has this big, deep shelf up here, and it has a rail, and then absolutely nothing happening underneath. Now, there's a great example of that. See those lovely gliding baskets? So we say to people, you don't necessarily have to pull the whole thing out. This is functioning, this is working up here. It's just maybe popping in simple solutions underneath. It doesn't have to be the Elfa shelving. It could be just a simple, shoe rack in underneath, or it could be a simple, with the same system as freestanding basket systems. You just pop them in the bottom of the water. They're super, super popular with all of our customers all over Ireland that have this carcass and don't know what to do with it. And it could be a temporary home. It could be a rental home. Don't want to, massive amount of money, don't want to do fixtures. So again, getting, simple basket systems that pop into it. Or we can even do something like that, where we start our system lower down and we work at the lower part, and then we say, okay, what do you want? Do you want trousers rack? Do you want, is the shoes that's causing a problem? Do you want more drawer systems? Because having drawers are very, very important for storing away, your t-shirts, your cotton trousers, etc. So it is a very vital storage element. And these basket systems are great. You get so much into it. But again, it's looking at everybody to see, what's in the wardrobe. And, as Angie, I'm sure, would say, and as Marie Kondo would say, start by decluttering, absolutely,
Definitely.
first and foremost.
Yeah.
And I think, again, a bit like the fridge scenario and the prices downstairs, is not something you're going to do once a year. It's probably something you need to do once every season, to really make your wardrobe work a little bit better for you, and seasonalize, your wardrobe. We would generally say to people, everybody has a different way of working the wardrobe. I do it by color coding, my blacks, my whites, that's pretty much my wardrobe. Your colors, and, then looking at to see what are you using frequently. And by organizing it properly, you can see things better. You can find things easier. It's less frustrating. And how many times have we gone to declutter the wardrobe and we found a blouse that we bought or a t-shirt that we haven't used? So it's about making the wardrobe, again, more visible, that you can see and find everything at a glance, and making it work a little bit harder for you. Again, in that space. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, definitely. And I think there's Angie there. Good morning, Angie. How are you?
Hi, Angie.
But what she would say is out of sight, out of mind. And I think that goes across the board with everything that we're saying. It is about making things visible, making things easy to access. So yeah, it's critical, especially when it comes to a wardrobe. Definitely.
Yeah. And we've also got these great, I think that the essence of wardrobe is we invest so much money in our clothes, but also in our accessories, in our shoes, and in our handbags. And yet, when we come to it, they're stuck at the bottom of the wardrobe, gathering dust, or you can't find them, or they're in that also box they came in. And again, you're trying to, which was that shoe I wore the last time? Look at this. This is fantastic. We do these clear acrylic shoe boxes, and they're super popular. And they're one of these things people start with, and they add on to, they come back 2 months later and go, I have 3 more of the large, 2 more. So you can have small, medium, and we've got shirt drawers or sweater drawers. They're stackable, they're clear see-through acrylic, and they're long lasting. So you can customize them according to your space. So these clear drawers are great because you can pop them at the bottom of the wardrobe, you can pop them at the top of the wardrobe. It now means that you can see, first of all, everything. They're being protected, the dust isn't on them, so they're protected in a space because you spend so much money into them, you're now giving them its own protected space. And they're not terribly expensive, and you can build them up over a period of time, and they can fit into a tiny space no matter where it is. You can acquire these and automatically create storage that's visible.
Fabulous. And what kind of price are they, Olive?
Well, they start from, I think, around $12.99 for the smallest ones, up to maybe $29.99 for the largest ones. So it's a various ranges of prices depending on the sizes that you go to. So not a lot to spend on protecting something that you have invested in already, and ensuring that you can find it easily.
But it's there, you don't forget about it. It's great. And then the boot hanging system, I've never seen that, where you can actually hang the boots from a For
I know, it's
real.
clever, isn't
Yeah,
it? So
very, very
they're
clever.
again really, really simple inserts that stick into a boot, keep it
Mm-hmm.
upright because aren't the boots really difficult to store, and a little hook in
Mm-hmm.
the top. And if you have a hook rail like that, you can hang it on it. Or if not, they
Mm-hmm.
do stand up like soldiers anyway. We have
Yes.
a
Yeah.
number of those inside in the store as well. But yeah, clever. We tend to underestimate the boot storage, but you know, sure, everybody in Ireland has a pair of boots. So yeah, it's something for people to consider as well.
No, fantastic. But this is only just one of the solutions you have for shoes, because I know shoe storage is huge, be it in a boot room, if it's kids' shoes and boots. Like I know my own youngest fella plays so many different sports. The amount of shoes is just incredible, really.
I
But so
know.
trying to keep a handle on that, you have lots of different solutions. This is just one of
We
them, really, isn't it?
we have we have, and again, you know, talking about our customer base are varied. Some of them, you know, have the space in the room, but most people don't. It could be the hallway. They're coming in, and
Mm-hmm.
all these shoes are in the hall.
Yes.
And you know, I'm always trying to look for really good, clever shoe storage, bring in and good quality shoe storage into our business, and it's something that we're going to be working on over the next year. But we have a huge range at the moment. We're working on ones that can sit in the hall, nice shoe bench. You sit down, take your shoes off, store it away.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the shelving system that we spoke about earlier on, you just, rather than spacing it deeply, you get narrow 30 centimetre shelves, you space them close to each other because you only need around 20 centimetres between each shelf to create storage. It creates a lot of storage with a simple system like that. We also have
Mm-hmm.
lots of freestanding systems, extendable shoe rack systems. So we have a huge range, and you can see a
Great.
lot of it on
Yeah.
our website, and it's something that we will be growing because, yeah, we are still a nation that loves to acquire, and we love our shoes. And there's
Mm-hmm.
never enough space, and
No,
it is a
definitely.
frustrating element, yeah, for our customers and for yours.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's great, Olive. And what I love in particular is the amount of options you have to retrofit storage solutions, particularly in wardrobes. So, you know, you hit on it that many people think, oh, this wardrobe just isn't working. I need to rip it out. And they think, oh, that's a massive project. It's a massive expense. But actually, there's ways to make the most of what they do have,
Yeah,
and you know, get things
absolutely.
working much more efficiently. So I think that's really good. Really,
Absolutely. We've
really
had a
good.
lot of customers come in and they've shown us, and you know, these really beautiful work that they spent a lot of money in, and they're thinking of taking it. We said, no, no, no. Like in most cases, the top part of the wardrobe is working okay. In most cases, you
Yes.
have
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
shelving system, you have your rail. It's really
Mm-hmm.
the bottom part that doesn't work for customers. So, you know, it's about thinking cleverly how you can make that work. And as I said, you can go from simple freestanding basket systems to, you know, something like you see there, or what the image that you showed earlier on. We can pop in this gorgeous gliding drawers into the bottom of wardrobes. You can have
Mm-hmm.
gliding drawers, you can have gliding shoe racks, you can have gliding pants racks. So it's, again, it's, if people are struggling and want ideas, you know, we're very, no more than yourself, very happy for people to
Mm-hmm.
email us saying, actually, this, if you don't want, this is a
This
great
is
photograph
great image. Yeah, it is
because it shows
fabulous.
an
Yeah,
alcove, a dormer
yeah,
house, and
yeah.
that must be a big issue for you because I know that's a big issue for us and a lot of our customers. That if you're in a dormer house, how do you create wardrobe storage?
Yeah.
And in fact, if we were doing this, we would have built those drawers up probably a little bit higher on that space. But it's looking
Mm-hmm.
at the space and seeing, because Alpha, you can move it, you can adapt it, you can work with various heights of walls. It's
Mm-hmm.
perfect for anybody with the dormer system because we can work into the angles of the wall and really create maximum storage space.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a really, really clever thing. Yeah, and these are, you know, what we say to people is just, send us in a photograph. If you got architect designs, brilliant. If not, just a simple on a piece of back of the envelope, just draw out your measurements and we'll come back and forward with you and we can create designs and itemize every element like this that you can pop into. It's very easy to install. It's just a top
Mm-hmm.
track that goes on the top of the wall. And then you hang your wall bands from it. And once the top track is straight, everything hangs. And then it's all based on weight pushing it into the wall. It's a really, really clever, highly
Brilliant.
engineered
Yeah.
system made in Sweden. It's been around over 60 years. So yeah, like that, you see the bottom part there where you've got all the drawers. You can simply pop something like that into an existing
Mm-hmm.
wardrobe, into an existing room. Part of the projects, in fact, that we saw through lockdown is a lot of people were going, now this is the time for me to finally convert that spare room into my walk-in dressing room.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you can achieve something like this very, very easily in a space like that.
No, it's fantastic. Really, really, really clever. Brilliant. And I think just to say to people, so you're online, you have a fabulous website, so people can purchase and order online, but your store is
Again.
also open, Olive,
Yes, yes.
in
Oh, very
Dundrum.
much
Yeah,
open.
yeah,
Yeah, please come and
great,
visit us. We've a 10,000 square foot store in Dundrum Town Centre.
great.
We've everything from showrooms that you see here in these images to the products that we discussed. We took a box from kitchen, pantry, laundry room, office, garage, wine rooms. We do quite a lot in wine storage. the bedroom, kids space. So look, we'd love to see people, but we've a great website. We're constantly working on a website to add products into it. So if you can't come and physically visit us, so just join us online. Our website is organisedstore.ie. And as we said, if people have queries or questions, they can email us in. You can find the email address on the website. And we'll love to communicate with people. We'll even pick up the phone, we'll chat away to you and see if we can help you out in any way with any simple storage solutions.
That's fantastic. And I guess the most important thing is that people do take note of the measurements, because that way then you'll be able to really hone in and give them the best possible advice. So that would be
absolutely. And if we get measurements we're not sure of, we'll ring you up and we'll ask you, can you go back and recheck that measurements? The great thing about the Alpha system is because it's flexible, you can work with it. So you don't have to be absolutely pedantic, but we are pretty fussy to make sure that the measurements we get are correct. So again, we talk with people, we work with people. If they're in Dublin, we can arrange call outs to do those measurements. But around the country, in most cases, it's just a video phone call or just the emails back and forward, and we can achieve that.
Great. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Well, Olive, thank you so much for sharing all of that this morning. It's fantastic. It's amazing the amount of products out there and just the amount you can do with what you already have, which is what I love. You know, it's not like starting from scratch. So I think that's fantastic. So thank you so much.
Really no, my pleasure. Thank you so much. I love this feature you do every week. It's really good for everybody out there. We get really good ideas. So thank you.
No, fantastic. No, my pleasure. All right. Well, have a lovely weekend, and thanks everybody for joining.
Thank you. Thank you, Denise.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.